Howdy, everyone. Tad Stevens on the Micro Success Secrets podcast, where we focus on business psychology and marketing and how you can use those in your business daily and long term. Today, I'm talking with Kristine Conway, who transforms leaders that fix things into leaders that coach. She not only helps leaders increase their self-awareness and uncover their own barriers to success, she also transfers skills to her clients so that they are able to coach others for long-lasting success. Her coaching philosophy stems from a strong foundation in change management and emotional intelligence models. Kristine, how are you doing today? And if you would, take a minute and introduce yourself and anything I might have missed.
Yeah, no, I'm wonderful. Thank you, Tad. Thanks for having me here. I think you just about covered it all.
All right, super.
I'm excited to be here. And thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So let's get going. Today, we're going to talk about the things that got you where you are today, how you did that, and hopefully how that applies to people listening that are going through those same issues that you and actually I did, because I like to talk about them too. So the first question is, if you look back over mainly your business career or life, or how you've come to where you are, is there one thing that you think, I really would have changed that?
Well, Tad, I believe that we are where we are today by all the choices that we've made. Some choices may not have seemed right at the time, but looking back, you kind of think, well, had it not been for that choice, I wouldn't be here now, right? Whether that choice was felt good or not. So when I think about that question, I think more about if there was something that I would have done differently. I think I would have liked to have been open to more ideas and really sought out counsel a little bit more proactively than I did when I was younger, so that I could have had more of a well-rounded picture to make more informed decisions. So I think it's just the fact that if I could have been more open and receiving earlier on, I think that would have been great.
Yeah, and I am totally in agreement with that. I was a lot smarter when I was 19 than I've ever been in my life. And it seems like I'm getting less smart as I go along, but I consider that experience and growth. So that I like.
Absolutely.
So kind of related to that, if there's one thing that worked out really super positive, and you look at things like, you look at how things were before it and how things were after it, because it's a defining moment. Do you have one of those?
Yeah. I have to say that probably the biggest defining moment in my life is actually very life and business related. So I was in a position, an organization where I was intellectually bored.
Okay.
And I sought out some development. And, I went to the powers that be and said, I really need something to stimulate my brain. And they were like, well, go find some development and we'll take care of it. So I was very fortunate to have that happen. And
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because, that was pretty amazing. And so I went and I found a coaching program. And that coaching program was something that really changed who I was. Before that, like you were saying, when you were 19, you knew everything. Before that program, I could sit down with you and tell you exactly what you needed to do to fix your life and to fix your problems. And, we could be done in 5 minutes because I knew it, I knew it
because you
all.
had it. Yeah.
That's right. And the program that I went through really helped me change my perception and perspective of the person that was on across the table from me. And I realized that person had everything that they needed to be successful inside them, but my job was to facilitate bringing out of that, not to tell them what to do, but to bring it out. And, and I was raised in a black and white world, and, it was right or it was wrong. There was no gray. And, I got rewarded for having all the answers. And so the coach training really did change who I was and what I did. Sorry, I'm going to have to pull this back up.
No, that's fine.
Sorry. A little bit of editing there.
That's right. I can clip that out.
Okay. So that was something that really helped me become who I am today, because as soon as when I finished that, like in the next 18 months, my career took off. I mean, I doubled my salary, which is significant. No matter how much you're making,
it's double. Yeah, it's double. It's significant.
Exactly. And then it really put me on the path to own my own business eventually, and to really work with people at a different level than I ever could had I not done that.
When you mentioned that everything was either right or wrong before that, I was going to ask, did you come from West Texas too? That's how it was where I grew up.
I know, right?
Anyway, to move on to a kind of similar situation, because let's just say that. But when you're going through your day, your week, your month, and at different levels, I believe everybody gets stuck at some point.
Yeah.
And that is usually an internal thing for me. But I was wondering if you had anything that you could share that are tips, techniques, methods that you use for either the small stucks, maybe like, writer's block, to something to where you just won't start a big project, something that's going to do really, really well for you, or at least you believe it. And it's just, what do you do in those situations?
Goodness. It happens to everyone, I think, on different levels, just like you said, all the time. And I think the first thing is to really examine what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So, sometimes we get obligated to a path that we believe is the right thing or the right project. And we're forcing ourselves to do something that is just not meant to be done. So that's one thing you've got to really figure out. Is that the thing that you need to do? Why are you stuck?
Yes. Do you need to do it in the first place? Yeah,
exactly. And so I think that's the first thing. And what I use a lot with my clients is really that, like the 5 whys of consulting. When you think about that, why am I doing this, and what's it going to give me? And then, so if it gives me that, so what else? And if you go down at least 3 levels of that and you still feel pretty strongly, or you understand, that helps to build some motivation and some momentum, or it will convince you that that's not the thing to do. So I think either way, it's a win, because then you do definitely become unstuck.
You're unstuck. Yeah. And that's, which is the goal, or what I'm going for here is, getting past it. Whether you actually do it or not. Yeah. That's not the decision. The decision is keep moving. Exactly. Or at least for me.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. Absolutely.
Okay. So, kind of related to unstuck, but not, this is maybe a little bit bigger. If you had to start from scratch, what you're doing right now, say, this is the old question. Well, what would you do?
Yeah. I love what I do. If I could have started professionally coaching earlier in my life, I think I would have done that. And I think it goes back to being open to other perspectives, and being, seeking out counsel more early in the process. Right.
Yeah.
But I think that if I had to do it all over again, I would have done it earlier, and I would have sought out other mentors much more quickly in the journey.
I have been doing these for a while now, and people that are listening will will have noticed this, is that question, people that are happy, really happy in what they're doing, almost always have that answer earlier.
Wow. Yeah.
They want to do it early. But I mean, and it makes sense if you think about it. Something that's really rewarding to you, that is a really positive thing. Why wouldn't you want more of it? It's like, oh, who was it? Mae West. One of my favorite quotes of all time is, too much of a good thing is wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
I love that. Oh,
there you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Ted, I have to say that, coaching didn't come around to popularity. When I first started, I kind of started at the beginning of coaching, which is interesting, right? Because it's early 2000s and you didn't hear about a lot of coaching, and it wasn't near as popular as it is now.
No.
And basically the profession wasn't even born earlier, but if I could have done something in that line, it would have been great.
In that niche, yeah. No, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Well, super. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you taking the time to be on the show today. Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience that I might have missed that you think is important, or anything that you have to offer that would be beneficial to them?
Yeah. So what I would like to offer is that if you reach out to me, to my email address, and it's Kristine with a K, Kristine at effectivefocusinc.com. Send me an email and I will send you a free ebook about 3 secrets to align your life. And it is a no nonsense guide to really getting your life in order and figuring out what's most important. So I'm happy to send that out to you if you just reach out. And, there's always available time to have a 15-minute consultation on, what is it that you need to be more effective in your life. And I'm more than happy to set that up.
Yeah, and we'll put the links, your email and your website links below the podcast link to make sure people have access to that. Again, thanks for taking your time. Thanks for everybody listening in. Have a safe and productive week and be the very best at whatever you are. Until next time, this is Tad Stevens with Micro Success Secrets. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.